Welcome, my guy. Welcome, my loves. Welcome, Soul Fam. Welcome, Hive Tribe. Welcome, my honeybees, to I Got Time podcast, episode 4. I'm in bed, as I normally am when I'm recording these episodes. I just finished watching Avengers Endgame. I was looking up different YouTube videos, award shows, and also looking at TikTok, and nothing was satisfying me. Avengers was amazing. I loved watching that. However, I just felt like what was next for me? I started writing in this new art project that I'm working on, collaborating with another individual. And even that, I felt like I added a little bit onto my particular part of the project. And then I just felt like I'm not sleepy, I'm not tired. What is next for me? And I felt like it was that I needed to record another podcast episode. I'm so grateful to be in the position that I'm in, where I get to be as authentically Honey, as authentically Bernard, as authentically me as I feel. I've been spending majority of today singing and singing and singing and singing and singing. I love singing so much, and I always have. And today I spent majority of my time singing. I feel like I've been purging up the wazoo. My birthday is January 10th. By the time I post this episode, it will be January 10th. I was actually born at 7:40 a.m. Pacific Standard. Some of you guys, if you're only listening to me on YouTube podcast, you won't have episode 3. So I recommend looking on any other platform for episode 3. I pray that the other platforms won't remove episode 3. However, I understand if they do. I do have episode 3 recorded. So if it's necessary, episode 3 may have to be an exclusive episode. Something that maybe I deliver to you only by email, or maybe only through podcast on Patreon. We'll see. I'll let it play out, and we'll go from there. Episode 3 talks about a lot of personal subjects or personal stories surrounding subjects that are quite taboo and explicit and normally rejected by mass media or governmental regulated media. For many of reasons, yet I understand. I'm very raw, and I'm very real, and I'm going to continue to be as such. I know that I am needed because I cannot be controlled, because I choose not to be. I aim to awaken, and I will continue to awaken those who are aligned with the journey of conscious awakening, expanding, elevating, and upgrading, ascending. I was so afraid of being so serious. Yet, I'm naturally a deep individual, and depth sometimes can be quite serious. I love being deep. I love being of substance. It purifies my experience when there is so much around me that I've known that could easily taint my authentic journey of expansion. I'm so needed. And I say that this time, meaning I need me. I'm about to be 34 years old. Being 33, my Jesus year. I survived cancer. I healed my body in ways that I never knew I would be able to do. And I did it holistically, consciously, mentally. I went through a lot of pain. And that meant I had to feel pain in order to transmute it so it didn't take over my life. I overcame a lot of adversity. I listened to myself. I trusted myself. I got myself deep into debt and still said, I'll trust myself. I know this won't be always. And so divinely, I have climbed out of that portal that has allowed me liberation, elevation, upgrade, increase, and ascension. I see myself so differently. I trust me so deeply, so completely. I've chosen not to fight for me, and instead I've chosen to love for me. I'm so intelligent. I'm so wise. I'm so sincere and genuine. Being 34, this year I know it has such ripe fruit for me to experience. 33 was such a fight. And I feel like it was also an ending. I feel like 33 was my end game. I done snapped my fingers. Learned that I could use my stinger. And although it ended me to do so, a new me was reborn. And I say reborn because it is a version of me that has always been, just in another timeline. And they have been born again in this timeline. I've taken information from alternative versions of me, pieced it together, and birthed a new me that is an embodiment of a variation of old me. Plural. This particular episode, like all the other ones, is me simply expressing myself. I was hesitant to record it because I felt like I didn't feel what it would be about. The other episodes, I felt like I had ideas. This one was pure feeling. I just felt like I needed to record it. I didn't know how lengthy it would be. I didn't know what the content would consist of. I just knew I needed to share. The podcast is called EyeGotThyme. And this episode in particular is me having time to just share raw honey. I took myself out to dinner. I went to Cheesecake Factory. The bread was delicious. I had crab cheese dip. It was disgusting. It could have been delicious, but it was very buttery, kind of salty. The cheesecake was phenomenal. The little ice cream sundae was cute. I used to gag over Cheesecake Factory back in the day. But I remember, as I reflect, that the food also often is salty, over-seasoned. Just packed with emptiness. I feel like my life has been packed with emptiness for so long. And now I feel like I'm at this stage in my life where a lot of what I saturated myself with was distraction from me. A lot of what I saturated myself with, it didn't inspire me to be more of myself or to step further down the path of self-discovery. It was inspiring me and influencing me to dive deeper into the lives of other people, to focus more intently on the talents of other people. It was unconsciously suggesting I worship other people with my attention, paying so many other individuals and external everything my attention. Me choosing to record this episode is feeling like an act of elevation. Old me would have said rebellion, but I'm no longer fighting. There's a quote from Wakanda, the first movie, and it says Wakanda doesn't need a warrior, it needs a king. However that may have been said. And I feel that I'm done fighting. I don't have any more reason to fight. Specifically, when I could really achieve so much more and progress more gracefully by choosing to be royalty, moving with grace, moving with ease, moving with acceptance and surrender, moving with faith, trust, being honest, in flow, and allowing inspired action. I've been practicing this for years, and I'm trusting that It can be my lifestyle. I feel acceptance of that lifestyle. I feel acceptance for that lifestyle. I feel like I'm ready to go. I feel like I need more time with me in this moment, so I'm going to take that time. I just felt called to share where I'm at right now. I have merch available if you want to purchase merch for the podcast, the new poetic masterpiece, my album. It's on my website, EyeGotThyme.com/shop. You could also just go to EyeGotThyme.com, click on the menu options and select shop. EyeGotThyme is spelled EYEGOTTHYME.com. I recommend also streaming the new album. I'm so in love with myself. And in this chapter, this 34th chapter, I'm allowing myself to exist simply. I'm trusting, honestly, being, genuinely existing, authentically, elevating, expressing, and creating. It's time for me to be saturated in a realm of me. I said this before. And as I progress, I'm fully embodying that. I do feel nervous, yet I feel excited because I know that it's time. I know that it's my time. I trust me. I trust me. I trust myself. And so deliberately, I choose to be naturally and authentically myself. I love us.